Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Thomas, for your wonderful explanation. Hello, everyone. Good evening from here, Nepal. And I'm working in a president team as an recipe coordinator. So I love to design project. That's why I'm here. And I will share some of knowledge while what I have learned while designing or while working and while seeing different projects around the world. And it's very great pleasure to learn people coming with very innovative idea and they want to do something for their community. So without being delay, I would like to explain more about how to write a good project and how to design a project or how to brainstorm idea while designing the project. Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so I will be talking about the three different aspects of the project. And first we'll be talking about the introduction. What is project, what is program, what are the things we need to understand before the project. And second, we just talk about the step. There are 5 steps for project designing. I will be giving some of the examples here. And third one is how to write a good project, or what are the differences between good project and bad project. So in the first part of the session, the main part of this slide is to difference between plan, programs, and the project. While we are talking about the plans, it works in very bigger part or in bigger dimension. It's an outline, and it is the combination of different types of program which are done with a certain objective. So plan. And while we were talking about the programs are they are the list of the project. They are the list of the event what we can do in the project. They are the combination of the many projects. So combination of 2 or 3 project can make the one program. And when we are talking about the project is the sequence of tasks which are done to achieve certain outcome. Maybe we can clarify it with an example. Let us take an example to increase the rice production by 20% and to improve the economic status of the farmer. We are talking about some improving the economic status of farmers. We can imagine the bigger picture, combination of different programs or combination of different production or combination of how can we increase the agriculture production to improve the economic status of the farmer. So this is all about the plan. And we talk about the program. The combination of the different program can make the plan. By increasing the rice production, we can improve the economic status of the farmer, or by increasing the efficiency of the water or anything like that, we can improve or we can reduce poverty too. So this is about the program. And next one is the project. For example, a program has different project. In order to increase the rice production, we need to increase the water use efficiency. We need to put very good quality of the seed. We need to use very high quality of fertilizer. So this combination of individual projects can make the plan. Maybe you can take example and of your own while designing the plan, program, and the project. And next is why I put this slide is people often has confusion regarding the goals and the objectives. While we were talking or while we were designing the project, we need to identify what are our objectives. Our objective must be SMART. So it can be specific, it must be precise, and it must be some certain part of the whole. For example, if your goal is to top the semester or top the university, then your objective need to be scoring high grades in individual semester. So your main objective is to scoring high grades in individual semester, and after fulfilling after getting every good marks in individual semester, and then only you can top the university. So topping the university is your goal. So goal, it must be in some direction or the destination where you want to go, and objective is the steps what you want to take. So, and goal, it can be broader in scope, larger in dimension. So it can have general outcome, and it can be long term in term of time also, while objective is short term. It is easy to measure, and it is of specific action, and they are of measurable step. So when you can take the example, eliminating the poverty from the marginalized community. So we just think it in the very bigger picture. So this is the goal. In order to eliminate the poverty, we need to increase the income of the people by giving training or by involving them in different income generating activities. So this is about objective. Next is the slide where we want to difference what is output, what is outcome, and what is impact, because while designing project we often mention output as an impact or in certain other part. So here the three aspect of the result chain or anything what you get from the project are output, outcome, and impact. When we were talking about the output, it means it is the delivery or something that is instantly found. For example, if you give training, vegetable training to the people, they are aware. So this is the output of the project, any project. And next is, if you give vegetable training to certain people, then the people, they conduct different kitchen gardening, they use diverse species of crops in the kitchen gardening, their behavior is changes. So this is the medium term output what we want to get, which is called outcome. And in long term, after giving vegetable training, if the poverty level of that community, or if there is elimination of poverty or anything in bigger picture, so this is long-term plan, and this is the impact. This is the long-term changes in perception, changes in behavior, changes in action. So this is all about the output, outcomes, and impact. And input is something that we put as in resources. For example, it may be human resources, it may be in terms of money, it may be in terms of help or volunteering, anything. So this is all about the input what we put into the project. And activities are the things what we process if we give input, and the processing of input is the activities. So it can be done through the utilization of the different input. So this is all about the result chain, what we need to understand before designing the project. And last one is, here we have some step to designing the project, and this is the major step or major things that need to be identified. So in order to design any project, we need to identify the problem. If we are providing solution to that problem, so this is our objective. So our solution is to providing solution. Our objective is to providing solution to that problem. So while writing the problem statement, we need to mention some data after doing the survey. For example, in certain region in Asia or in Africa, there is a problem of, or 40% people are out of the reach of the clean drinking water. So this is the problem. We need to mention those problems in terms of database, and we need to identify the people who are concerned with the water problem. For example, one may be that some organization working in water, next it may be governmental agency, next maybe water community user. So those were the people who have concerned in that project. So we can identify the stakeholder and their impact too. For example, the people in that community have more impact than some other organization who are working in the water. So we need to identify their impact as low, medium, and high, because high impact have high, or stakeholder who have great relation with that project, they have high impact. So this is all about the second step. And third is problem tree. After identifying the problem, we need to go towards the root cause of the problem. What is the root cause of the problem? For example, if we are talking about the 40% people are deprived of the clean drinking water, then the major problem may be they don't have knowledge about the sanitation program for water, or they just cutting down all the trees so that the water sources were polluted, or they do not manage the sources of the water. So we need to identify what is the major or root cause of the problem in the problem tree. And next, on the basis of problem tree, on the basis of identifying the major causes of the problem, we need to design, or we need to we need to provide solution through the objective. Maybe if the major root cause of impure drinking water is due to the unmanaged sources, then our objective is to manage the sources, or we can design some construction work, or we can do some work there in order to manage the source. So this can be our objective. And in result chain, we will talk about what is the input we put into the project, what are the activities we have done, and we need to mention about the outcomes and the impact, which I have talked in the previous slide. So this is all about the step of project designing. I have just mentioned the example. And next is we talk about the objective. So what are our objective? We have always mentioned about our objective need to be smart, it needs to be specific, it need to be measurable, it must be achievable, it is relevant, and the time bound. In specific, we need to put towards the specific part, or a specific topic, or a specific subject matter what we were dealing. And here in the example, to increase the crop yield and income of the farmers by implementing an improved irrigation system. So this is specific. Through the improved irrigation system, we are working to increase the crop yield. And measurable, to increase the crop yield by 20%. So it is measurable because we have mentioned some data here. And income by 5,000, we can measure those parts through the survey. And achievable, some projects are vague, they are not practicable, although they have a problem statement or objective, they may not be practicable in terms of cost effective, in terms of sustainability. So those things should be considered while we design the project, our objective. Relevant, so the project must be relevant to the situation, or it must incline with the need of the people. And regarding the time bound, we need to mention up to the which time the project will end, or how can we improve the irrigation system. And maybe we need to mention those all time, when we will finish our objective, when we will launch, or when we will start. So this is all about the objective. So here is a case study. Maybe last time when we see different project document, we can see that people making mistake while writing or while designing the project. So while designing the project, you need to mention different parts, just like you need to empower those community. Maybe you should not mention more about the personal or self-benefit or anything. You need to coordinate with your national committee, local committee. So you need to work as a team, and you need to apply in the team. And before project have already, maybe people are applying what they have already win, or they have already received funding before from the IAAS too. Maybe we can give chance to some more project too. And project must engage youth, they must bring the innovative minds, they must bring some innovative ideas. So we must bring those projects in the coming days while applying for global project competition. So this is the example how we can write the title of our project. So it must be concise, it should include the very informative or very highlighting or unique selling point of your project, so that people can catch eye in that point. For example, on-farm conservation of indigenous plant species on Rampur Chiton. So this is one of the example. Rural women leading climate action. So it is concise, it can be easily understandable. So we can mention our title in a very attractive way, because it catches the eyes of the overall project. Next is we have some examples from the previous application, where we just try to show you in two parts. One, we have SMART objective, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And next one is not SMART. So here are the examples. So while writing project, we need to mention our objective in very clear way, in a specific way. And so we should not make our objective too broad and very confusing type. So this is the main purpose of this slide. Next is we need to design the project in proper and precise, with proper and precise plan, just like how you train the people, how you manage your speakers, or how you manage your funding, each and everything you need to mention in very precise way. So the poorly planned, you can see the example, which do not have clear idea, who do not have precise idea of how to do the things. So this is the second thing, project must be precise and proper. And this is also the example of proper and precise project. And I'm not going through each and every line. Maybe I will share those parts you can see from there. So it must be precise, clear, and what we are trying to do, or we need to present our idea in very clear way. Okay, next is we talk about sustainable project. We need to maintain our project and very long run. For example, here we talks about maintaining the circular economy. It's like investing in some project, and we design some prototype, we sell that prototype, and we earn a lot from that project. So this is all about the circular, how we invest in them and how can we get return. And unmanaged budget, it just talk about investment and no output or anything. There is no transparency in the financial part. So very expensive budget in the next part. So we are talking about these two part because we need to maintain our sustainable approach in designing the project. And next is impact and result. In first part, there is an example of some digitalized market who is reduce the role of middlemen, and it is relevant, and it has created a very good impact among the farmers as they have gained high profit from their product. And next, and the bad impacted project is all about using the pesticide, although it increases the productivity, but it may harmful in environmental health and every perspective. So this is all about project with good impact and bad impact. So this is all about the project and what are the things we need to consider before designing the project. And if you have any question regarding those all part, I'm happy to answer, and I'm ready to answer those all questions.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sagar. I think a very nice workshop you gave, especially also the examples you gave. Really interesting to see and to learn about everything of project management. So yeah, the floor is open for others to ask a question now. Maybe you are working on a project yourself. It's an open space, safe space to now express yourselves and to just discuss with other IAAS members about project management. Then no, that's possible. I see Tushar joined. Tushar, do you want to reflect a bit on projects you had in Bangladesh and the experiences you had? There were last year, yes, Bangladesh won quite some prizes. Maybe you can reflect on that.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. This is Tushar here, No Food Waste Coordinator of IAAS Projects. Yeah, you're right. We have won 2 projects last year, global project competition, which was selected as the Membership Choice Award. And we are running this project. One of them in Sylhet is already ongoing, and the other